Hello dear students, welcome to the world of strategic management. Now this is a subject which is there in your CA Inter Group 2 along with Enterprise Information System. So in Group 2 you have Enterprise Information System as one subject and strategic management as other subject. Now, as far as this subject is concerned, strategic management, this is a subject which deals mainly with business. Now, many questions come in the mind of a student. Sir, we are going to do CA, means we will be doing specialization in accounts. Then why we have to study about business and why we have to study about different strategies in business? So dear students, I would put it like this, that today the corporate world doesn't want a CA who is only good in writing books of accounts. Today they want a CA who should be good in writing books of accounts, but he should also be good in taking crucial business decisions. See, today you would find chartered accountants working as CEO in big corporations. Now, when you're working at such a high position in some corporation, you should be in a position to take important decisions related to business. And therefore, this is a subject which will actually help you, which will make many things clear to you about business. This subject will teach you how strategies in business are created, how planning in business is done, how to think long term in business, how to set a vision for your business, mission, goals and objectives for your business is something that you are going to learn in this subject. Now students, I have heard many students saying that, sir, strategic management, is it a completely theoretical subject? My answer would be no. This is not a theoretical subject. No doubt, this is a subject where you write answers, but the subject is not theoretical. The subject is highly practical in nature. In fact, in this subject, we actually learn how strategies in a business are created, how practically a business runs, how practically a business works is something that we are going to learn in this subject. So this is not at all a theory subject. It is completely a practical subject. Yes, the only thing is you have to write many things in this subject. Now, throughout our journey in this subject, I have, for your convenience, divided entire chapter into small modules. And in every module, I have small videos of 7 to 8 minutes, 9 minutes, which will actually help you in understanding concepts. So, guys, in every module, you have small concept-based videos. So, 7 to 8 minutes, 9 minutes, the video is done and your concept is clear. Every module, 4 to 5 videos, you go through 4 to 5 videos and your module is covered. And once all the modules are covered, your entire chapter is covered. So, we will be learning this subject without any pressure on ourselves, and we will try to make this subject as practical as possible for you students. So guys, let's begin with the subject. Hello. Today we are going to start with the first chapter of strategic management, and the chapter is Introduction to Strategic Management. Now, in this chapter, dear students, I will be discussing what is a business policy. I'll be discussing only this part, what is a business policy. Let's begin. Dear students, what do you exactly mean by business? We can say a business is any activity which is performed with the motive of earning profit. Very simple. We have done this in our lower standards also. Any activity that we perform with the objective of earning a profit is called as business. Now, you must have heard this terminology, policy. What is exactly policy? I would say a policy is a set of rules and regulations which have to be followed if a business wants to achieve its objectives. So, to put it in simple words, I would say a policy is a set of rules and regulations which act as a guideline for a business in decision making. So, whatever decision a business takes, it keeps in mind the guidelines, it keeps in mind the policies that are proposed. So, what is a policy? I would say it's a list of all the do's and all the don'ts for a business. What a business should do and what business should not do. A list of all do's and don'ts is called as a policy. So, what is a policy? It's a set of rules and regulations which act as a guideline for a manager to take decisions related to business, so that a business can achieve its objective. It also acts as a framework which will help the managers to take important business decisions. So, guys, quickly, what is a business policy? So, we can say a business policy refers to a set of rules and regulations, a set of all the do's and all the don'ts which act as a guideline, act as a framework which will help the manager in taking important business related decisions. So, I hope you have understood what is a business policy. I'll give you a very simple example for this. Try to understand. Suppose mine is a business, okay. Now, in my business, I drafted a clear policy, a clear set of rules and regulations in my office. Now, before we go to module 7, in module 6, I had introduced a concept called as different techniques of portfolio analysis, and under the topic of techniques of portfolio analysis, I did a small topic for you people that was strategic business unit. I hope you remember that. Now, in this module, we shall be studying different techniques of portfolio analysis. Now, what is exactly portfolio analysis? So, I hope you remember portfolio analysis is nothing but a set of techniques that we use to make a solid analysis of different product or different businesses that exist in our portfolio. And this analysis help us to take strategic decision which will have an impact on the existence, survival and future of the business in my portfolio. Now, we are going to learn different techniques of portfolio analysis, but today to begin with, I shall be starting with the first technique of portfolio analysis. This is a very popular technique of portfolio analysis and one of the most important questions as far as your institute exams are concerned. The first technique that we are going to start with is BCG, Boston Consulting Group, Boston Consulting Matrix Growth Share Matrix, which is also called as a BCG Growth Share Matrix. Now, what this matrix is all about, let us understand the entire concept with the help of an example of Apple company. So, we will be taking Apple as an example to understand the entire concept. Now, over here, I'll take an example, I'll take into account 4 different products of Apple which are there on your screen. The first product is the iPod, then you have the MacBook, then you have the iPhone, and then you have the iPad. These are 4 most popular products of Apple, and we'll be using this to understand the entire matrix. Now, in this matrix, on the vertical axis, we take market growth rate. On the horizontal matrix, we take market share. Vertical, we take market growth rate. Horizontal, we take market share. Now, guys, what is the meaning of market growth rate and what is the meaning of market share? See, if I talk of market growth rate, here we speak of how fast the market is growing, how fast number of buyers in the market is growing. So, when number of buyers in the market are growing day by day, we can say market growth rate is high. And when number of buyers are growing day by day, and those buyers, most of them are buying my product. So I would say my market share is high. I'll give you a very simple example. Number of buyers buying automobile is increasing day by day. So there is market growth. Now out of the number of people who buy automobile, who buy a four-wheeler, out of every 100 people who buy a four-wheeler, 55 people buy Maruti's car. So Maruti has a very large market share. So market growth means how fast the number of buyers are increasing, and market share speaks of how many buyers buy my product. That's called as market share. Now let us discuss about all these four products one by one. Say let us first talk about iPod. If I talk of iPod, if I talk of market growth rate, it's declining. No one buys an iPod today. You can listen music in your mobile phone, so you need not buy an iPod. So market growth rate declining day by day. If I talk of market share, even iPod's market share is declining day by day. So in this case, when I talk of my product iPod, no growth and market share also declining. So if I have a product like iPod in my portfolio whose market growth rate and market share both are declining, then what would be my strategy for such a product? Just think, if you are Apple and you have a product like iPod in your portfolio whose market growth falling, market share falling, then what will you do of such a product? Obviously, you will divest from the business. You will close that business. You will not block your money in that business. So in this case, for iPod, our strategy will be divest from the business. Don't stay in the business. It doesn't make any sense staying in the business. Now, if you come to this matrix, in this matrix, product like iPod are called as dogs. And for dogs, our strategy would be divest from the business, close the business. There is no sense because you just are burning your money. You are losing your money by running such a company. So better is you close it down because there is no future scope. Plus, because you are burning your money, you may need more cash to pump in that business and to keep the business survived. And that doesn't make sense. So better is close it down, divest from such a business. This is our strategy for dogs. Now, let's talk about our next product, MacBook. Now, if I talk of market growth rate of laptop, see, MacBook is a laptop. If I talk about market growth of laptop, it is increasing day by day. Day by day, number of users of laptop is increasing. So market growth rate is high. But if I am talking about MacBook's market share, it's low. Look at the global laptop market share. Number 1, you have Lenovo. Number 2, you have HP. And at number 7th, you have Apple. So guys, if I talk about MacBook, the market for laptops is growing. Apple has got a very low market share. So in this case, what should Apple do? What should be Apple's strategy? I would say analyze your position. Analyze your position means find out why people are not buying your product. What is the problem in your product? And accordingly, change your product, bring a change in your product so that people start buying it and your market share increases. So in the matrix, products like MacBook are called as question mark. And for a question mark, our strategy would be analyze. Analyze what addition, what value addition can be done in the product. Analyze the positioning of the product. What strategy should be adopted for such products, and what should be the pricing of such products? Should we change the pricing for such product? You have to analyze on these points when it comes to a product like MacBook. So guys, if you have a product like MacBook in your portfolio where the market growth rate for laptop is very high, you are not having a larger market share. So in this case, for question mark, your strategy would be analyze. Now let us talk about the next product, iPhone. Guys, if I am talking about mobile phone, can I say the market growth is increasing day by day? And Apple's market share is also very high. If you look at the global market share for mobile phones, Apple ranks second in the world. It has got the second largest market share in the world. So, market growth rate, very high. Apple's market share, number 2. So, for me as a business, what would be my strategy for such a product in my portfolio? Hold your existing position. Hold your existing position. That would be my strategy for iPhone. Now, in this matrix, product like iPhone are called as star. And for star, my strategy would be hold. Invest more money. Try to hold your existing market share and also try to increase your market share. That should be the strategy for iPhone, for a star product. So, till now, we have learned the 3 different types of product that exist in a portfolio and what will be our strategy for such products. Let's go to the last product, the iPad. Now, iPad is nothing but a tablet. And if I talk about market growth rate for a tablet, it's falling day by day. People don't want to buy a tablet nowadays. But those people who are buying tablet, most of them buy Apple's tablet, that is iPad. Now, in terms of iPad, market growth rate falling, but Apple's market share is very, very, very high. If you look at the global share, 26.6% is the market share of Apple iPad. So, can I say it is highest among all? So, guys, the scenario over here is market growth rate for tablet is falling. But those people who are buying a tablet, 26.8% people prefer buying Apple iPad. So, even if the market is falling, the market is not growing, my share is the maximum, my share is the highest. Now, for such companies, if such products are available in my portfolio, for them, for such products, my strategy would be harvest. Harvest in the sense, till the time I am getting flow of money, I should go on collecting it. I should not divest from the business. I should not sell off any of the asset in this business. I should just go on harvesting. Till the time money is coming, let it come. So, in the matrix, such product are called as cash cow. And cash cow will give you lot of cash, lot of milk. You just need to take it, harvest it, and whatever money you are earning from your cash cow, invest it into your star product and invest it into your question mark product. Invest it in your question mark so that your question mark becomes your star, and invest in your star so that you hold on to your position and you increase your market share. So, guys, to put it like this matrix will help us to take important strategic decisions about different product in my portfolio. I hope this concept as of now is very, very, very clear to all of you. So, guys, this is one of the most important parts as far as your institute exams are concerned. You have to give lot of importance to BCG, Boston Consulting Group Matrix. I hope this is clear to all of you. Thank you very much.